one and all to the culmination of Season 3, the finals between Dink Esports and Contact Noir here on Serpent Beach. I'm TJ, I've got Tom with me to break down this draft, and already we're seeing the interesting bans come out here with the Eevee and Grover removed straight away from proceedings here.
Yeah, I mean, the Eevee, it's a clear target ban. Like,
oh, yes.
Yeah,
I may as well, when I was doing these draft videos, I may as well have just said Laggy. Like, just written it in the ban slot.
Yeah. So, Laggy and Saki have both been targeted by this ban already. The Grover, I think we're just trying to take a huge amount of healing off the board here, to be honest. And the Willow ban, I mean, let's face it, nobody really likes to play into a Willow.
But
so it makes sense. Contact Noir showing that actually they don't fear Dink. Contact are like, we don't need to target ban you. We're just going to take out some irritations from the game.
Yeah, and it does leave, like, what of the first power picks are we going to take? Dink will defy probably our expectations. They will take the Genos over the Makoa, over that Atlas. But Contact Noir, though...
The thing is, it's kind of counterintuitive for a team to pick the Makoa and the Atlas. Because then it leaves you open to some very strong counter picking with, you know, big game Cassie and any other, you know, even we've already seen Burn Monster Tyra. You know, let's get some big like,
but I mean that, like, I would normally, what we've seen throughout this entire season has been teams that when the Makoa and the Atlas are both left open, we've seen it many times, it's normally one or the other. They will take the Atlas, but taking out Genos as well, I think, was interesting. It does take away from Contact Noir. Speaking of, you know, they have got the Maeve, and I think with the Eevee ban, Contact Noir are perfectly fine with this. Etsu's not here, though, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a CN player have that in the back pocket. I'm looking at you, Laggy. I'm looking at you.
I don't know. I get a little feeling that Conan could play the Maeve here. Like, it's just a feeling I get. But I mean, Saki's kind of laughing because he's like, "Well, you targeted banned me Ash, and then you gave me Makoa." Like, jokes on
that's
you.
sort of okay, very well. But Atlas Barrett coming through for Dink Esports, locking in both front lines, get the comfort picks out. And speaking of the comfort picks, you know, Cassie and Ananara locked in. So Contact Noir throwing us back to one of them OG frontline duos. When I was playing on the PS4 competitive scene in my team, we called this the Hook'em and Cook'em combination. Makoa hook into the Anara, into the field, the Warders field. Yep. Your boy TJ eventually remembered what it was called, alright? You just hook him into that, and then the whole team piles onto them. You know, it's a classic OG comp. But Dink Esports, you know, Leon, things beginning with L, that rec teams are Laggy and Leon. And then Pip as well to round off the Dink Esports draft here.
Yeah, I mean, this is now making me think, after having brought out my top Saki moment of the league, being Inara on Serpent Beach, I'm now wondering if we're going to see Saki on that Inara and give Otto the Makoa.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome aboard to the grand finals of this season of Magistrates Legacy League season number 3. It's seed number 2 versus seed number 1, Dink Esports versus Contact Noir. Game number 1, let's go to the rosters. On the side of Dink Esports, we have Danny TBT on the Catalyst Pip, Seer with the Deja Vu, Atlas, Milad on the Luminary Genos, Ryflu on the Eminence, Leon, and Soul on the Tinkering Barrick. Jay, take us through Contact Noir.
And on Contact Noir's side, we've got Frozo playing Ying with Life Exchange. We've got Otto on the Mother's Grace and Nara. Laggy playing his Maeve with Cat Burglar. Conan on the Castle with Big Game. Saki, our boy, playing Leviathan.
We're bursting out here at the very beginning with a point fight between Soul and the one and only Otto. And it doesn't look to be too safe for Otto for now, but the impasse will make sure that he's healed up right away.
I'm looking at Soul versus Otto here in this game because the Makoa Saki, of course, we know that he can drop down, and that's exactly what he's just done. Now, Soul, believe it or not, he's 1v2 in here. Oh, 1v3 falling, and he's a Soul man, Barrack, against the rest of the team, and he's going to have to get out of there because the rest of his team, Ryflu falls down to Laggy. Conan picks up Ryflu, the Cassie versus Leon, which is, by the way, not something we usually see.
Nah, I mean, hit scan versus projectile. Normally hit scan would always win in a 1v1. But in this case, it's just It's just the pure pressure of Contact Noir that's too much to handle, and they right there got the point. And now they're pushing on. Seer is very low. He's not in the most favorable position here.
No, he's not. Do you know what I really do have, though? I have an objective fear of Ying players, right? Now,
Yes.
I was... the other day, we were in this game, me, Tom, and that, and I was just getting flanked by a Ying. That is the scariest thing you will ever possibly see when you've got this little fairy, if you will, jumping at you and destroying you.
Yeah,
I never thought it would be that scary, right? I never died to a Ying, and I'm a Drogos player, and I'm telling you, I was wetting myself. I was like, what in God is going out? Through Time and Space comes out from Milad, though, and it looks like Soul's going to be going down. No, it isn't. He gets the stun come off. One kill goes through. Rightfully picks up Saki. Milad picks up Otto. Rightfully on the Conan. Ladji picks up Milad in the back end, but look at this. Looks like Ladji is going to fall, and that is a team wipe in favor of Dink Esports.
Right there, they just did the game as they should. They were waiting for an opportunity to get some pickoffs, and they were allowing some of the kills to go through for Contact Noir to make it happen. They definitely didn't care about winning the fight 5 alive. They just wanted to get those initial picks and reset Contact Noir here. But it doesn't look to be that nice to see Otto up in the
Otto going
hello
big.
Seer.
Okay. You can
take
go high ground. Guess what? I don't care. I'll go up there too.
I wanna be with you. Hello. I'm the Stone Warden. Isn't that weird? But right there, Otto is still pressuring on here on the side. He is low, but the impasse will keep him alive for the time being. Sarky will get void gripped and sunk right there. The ship will not sail another day. Well, until he's respawned.
Till he's respawned? Yeah, totally, right? However, we are going to be riding on board with... Oh, no we're not. Try it out again. Yeah, Milad picks up Ladji there. I was going to say something else, but then I realised that, no, that's not what we're watching. I'm watching Milad on this Genos because I want to see his positioning in regards to where his tanks are. And... the map awareness, right? Because you've got Soul on the barrack, needs to be out in front, making sure that, you know, there's no pressure coming in from the Makoa. But the problem is, look at this, nobody's paying attention to Otto, and Otto just drops down, says, okay, no problem, I'm going to push in. It looks like Rifler in the back end is getting a bit low. Where in God's green earth is Cassie?
Cassie is pretty much in a dangerous situation because there's no way for him to push in and the defense comes through here for Dink Esports. I think what went wrong there was that the pressure was not applied as soon as Otto got too low. That was where they all went backwards and they wanted to see if Sarky or Otto could get a pick off. But they shouldn't have waited for that.
And then one thing I want to point out, that was a very convincing defense, all right? So we're finally seeing Contact Noir being shut down. We are seeing team wipes coming in favor of Dink, and it is now 1-1. Coming into point number 2, where do you think we're going to see Dink pressure to try and get that point control?
I feel in a way that Milad right now is doing a little bit of off-supporting as well. Together with Danny TPG, they're both playing the healer and the off-support, so I would like to see a really good Evil Mojo being popped up here. Maybe getting a hold on to Sarky here. Definitely Sarky. He is one of the most important targets to take down with the Evil Mojo. But the fight is breaking off, and Contact Noir are in control of the points. Seismic Crash together with Dome Shield activated. And the Ancient Rage as well. Sarky is going in. He wants to get that hold on to Danny TPG. It will happen. And that is 2 kills for Contact Noir, and control is still theirs.
Yeah, Ladji picks up Soul, Saki picks up Danny TPG, Milad and Rifle now having to back away. They don't want to get picked off, and it is going in favour of Contact Noir. And that was a very, very convincing team fight. And look at this, they're having to back all the way up to the spawn.
They simply just have no pressure going on right here. Like, they are not really in a favourable position when their tanks are going down, and there's just that much pressure going on, because then you only have a Pip and a Genos to really D-push with, and with a Lian. So pretty much what Dink Esports' biggest weakness is on this map is that they are reliant on both Soul and Seer to survive. They have to survive in order for them to push through. If they're down, they don't have that counter pressure. They really don't.
No, they don't. The other thing is, Riflu also is a massive part on that Leon, right? He's going in, he's making sure he's got pressure onto one of the tanks, he's making sure Ladgy's kept at bay as well, and of course, focusing Fruz, I was also going to say focusing Lens, because that brings horror stories and memories back to me. I hate it. I can't. I'm sorry. I cried a little inside when I was getting wrecked by this Ying. But Riflu sitting at 9-1-2, see it 3-3-1. But the only problem is Barrack's going down too quick.
Yeah. They're focusing down the main tank. And that's
he's
what
going down too fast. And I think Danny needs to start playing off support. He's 0-2-6 right now. I think he needs to start throwing those heals onto Soul. We do have a pause coming through. I do believe it was Danny TPG who basically wasn't present for that last fight, and the rules state that you cannot pause during a fight, but once the breakaway happens, then you can pause, or vice versa if it happened before. So those are the Hi-Rez Studios Evil Mojo rules, and of course we follow those rules with the league. So the other thing I want to point out is Ladgy, right? On this May, first point, we saw him coming around, picking up the flank, making sure Malad was under pressure, and that's what actually won them the fight, because we saw Otto pressuring out Soul on point, and then we saw Saki drop through hole back onto point, and then Soul had to get out. Seer had already gone down by that point, and by that time, I think I'd already capped it to something like 60%, and of course, respawns were scattered, and therefore Contact Noir picked up the point.
Yeah, the stagger was simply too much to handle in that very case. And I do believe that the main reason why it was so much pressure was, as you said, like when the barrier goes down that quickly, so he either has to get out of the fight or actually dies, then you have a problem. Then you're lacking the defense options for your tanks. Your tanks has to survive, and it's not only their job, it's the team's job to keep it alive. And in this very case, Contact Noir, they capitalized on the very fact that they're trying to get kills more than protecting their teammates. Yeah, I think I'm confused if it is, if it's confidence or if it's a little bit of, team confusion. Like there's a little bit of a split in between options of what they want to do in decision making.
Going back to what you were saying, Wuffie, sorry to cut you off there. Going back to what you were saying about like picking up the kills and stuff, damage dealt. If you look at the damage dealt, you got Leon in at 43,808 damage. But guess what? Barrack, even though he's 0-1, he is doing a shed ton of damage. He's sitting at 43,574 damage dealt. That's just behind. That's what, 200 plus, 300 plus points behind Riflu's Leon? That's insane. Bear in mind, we're 6 minutes into this game.
I mean, it's just the pure damage output of the Barrack. He can be on the point, and his turrets will deal damage for him. His tinkering shots deal.
What's he called again? What's he called again?
The turrets?
No, Barrack. Say his name again. Do your Barrack thing for me.
Oh, because he got a gun, he's gonna shoot you down.
no, what's the other one you did? The Tinkering Barrack. Tinkering
Barrack.
Tinkering Barrack. I can't do that. TJ can do it as well.
Yeah, it's just the power of skill, Sometimes you just have to 50%
and I don't have
power
skill.
of will.
Is that what you're saying? I don't have skill, but you do?
In rolling on ours? You don't have any skill in rolling on ours, it seems, since you can't.
Oh, wow, I suck. You see this chat? This is what I have to deal with. Like, I come back specifically to cast and I get roasted like that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I mean, we did talk about roasting at the preparation stage, so I thought it was time for some doing a pause. I mean, we can also talk about how immense the net worth is for Contact Noir. 2,161 for Fruz. Like, don't sleep on the Ying. The healing will burst through, and the point will be captured, and credits will be rolling in. Like,
oh my
at the
god,
moment.
yes, 2161 over 1-8. That's insane.
Yeah. That is pretty much making sure that every single heal hits uncauterized targets.
Yeah,
like
that's literally.
Seriously,
he's had a hit on every single target.
That's heal priority 101. Getting 2,161 within 6 minutes means that you have done it perfectly. And when you have that many credits as a support, that's going to be some very nice chronos. And
would you like to look at the healing?
Yes.
Bearing in mind we're 6 minutes in. We're
Life
6 minutes in, and he is sitting at 81,881 healing in 6 minutes.
Yep. The power of being on life exchange. Remember that every single shatter will also pop for 800 health immediately.
Oh, you're doing it to me again. You're bringing me back memories, man.
By 1
Focusing
second.
link. Oh.
Yeah, but the focusing lens is not here today. So you can be happy that you aren't going to have your PTSD nightmares. But speaking of another nightmare, they have the pressure. Like, the positioning is all up for Contact Noir, and there's no positioning going on for Dink Esports right now, as they got staggered and had to regroup. So, what does Dink Esports need to do to turn it around? I think it all comes down to ultimate uses.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Like, to answer that question is quite simple. You need to run off of what Danny's doing, right? So if we bring up the ultimate charge, if I go on to F5, I do believe, there we go. Ultimate charge, he's sitting at 0%. He's already used his ultimate. Now, the problem is, you've got to remember, you've got Saki, and you've got, I do believe it's a Mother's Grace Sonara. So you've got to be very careful. You need to pick your targets well, right? This means your Barrack, your Leon, everybody has to be in sync, and you need to pick a target. Run off of Danny TPG's ultimate and push, right? Push those targets. Make sure the kills count. Make sure that your healer, in this case, is going to be Malad, gets to point safely, right? He starts taking damage. He's got a GTFO. You cannot be there as a Genos on point taking damage, because you die ultimately very, very quickly. So Sol, Seer, they need to be pushing. You need to see Riflu picking up the damage coming on from Danny TBG's ultimate. And I guess we're going to see that. But you've got to remember, we've got Ladji as a Mave. So he's not going to be anywhere near there. He's going to be in the back line. He's going to be trying to cause Milad some serious damage. Who knows?
Yeah, as of now, it's everybody's guess, because you saw the defense from Dink Esports last round. That was brilliantly executed. And right now, they might be in a good position to do whatever they want over on Contact Noir. But we also have to bear in mind that we do have Void Grip if Ladji gets too close. And that's a free kill if Riflu is in on it. So
yeah, and we've also seen that many, many times when it's been like really close, 98% to 99%. And like that tank comes in and the Genos just Void Grips and says, "Not today, son. My point," you know, and the capture goes over to said team. So,
and there comes another question. The pause is just long enough, apparently. But in this very case, like, we're talking about crowd control here. Then I'm also questioning, like, I understand that Riflu went for resilience, but I don't understand why there's no resilience over on Contact Noir. Contact Noir should at least have a resilience 1 to counter that initial fight with a Void Grips catching them off guard. So I'm a little bit confused of why they do it. It can be just pure confidence that is not their issue right now. Their issue is the tanks pressuring them too hard, or Riflu getting those initial damage out. Like, it can be so many different variables. But in this case, I think if Conan just got a single resilience point, or Ladji for that matter, then Void Grip would be a non-factor.
Right, so let's go to the first question, is why do Contact Noir not have resilience? Right, so first and foremost, resilience count is 1, but it doesn't stop diminishing returns. Like, so diminishing returns means that Danny TBG will ultimate. They'll all turn into little chickies and run around, go and squawk, 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 right? Next time it happens, if diminishing returns kicks in, it won't be as long, right? So why bother with the resilience, right? Especially knowing that ultimate can only be hit once, right? They're already ahead. They don't need to worry about that. And going back to what you said, yes, it is going to be confidence. These guys have, let's be blatantly honest, have dominated week in, week out through 7 weeks. And the pause is finally over, ladies and gents, and we're back into the game. Let's find out how Danny TBG farms his ult. There is what they need to play off.
Oh, Milad going down immediately to Ladji here. Ladji's still going on, trying to get a hold onto Riflu, but Soul is there to catch up and save his teammate from doom. Sorky as well having to get out of there. They had so much high ground protection there, but the setback will put Sarky in a perilous situation.
You know the one thing I don't understand? You've got a Ying.
What?
She's doing tremendous amount of healing. She's like 81,000, like we said before. Now sitting at 91,000 healing. Why is there no Bulldozer?
Well, you know, Bulldozer is not the life they chose. They chose to get that Cauterize up and running to rather counter the healing rather than to spawn delusions. And I do get that in a way, but I also get your point, because if you just have like a level 2 Bulldozer, it's a one-shot and then there's no illusion.
Exactly. And the best thing is, you only have to have one of your tanks commit to it, right? You already got your Court 2s online. That's brilliant. Guess what? One of you needs to get it. Not only does Bulldozer counter the Anara, but also counters the Ying's healing. Get rid of those clones, you're going to stop their sustain.
The Illusory Rift has been activated, healing up the team for the initial push here. Otto will get low due to the peer pressure of Seer. He has multiple people here on the Atlas clicking them shots, and the Exile will definitely put people in detention. You have been bad in school, boys. And the setback also coming. Detention!
Detention after school? You are not allowed to be here. You have been a very, very bad boy.
So that's just a little bit of a setback there, but there's 23 seconds left for the side of Contact Noir to turn this around, and Seer will say goodbye to this cruel, cruel world. While Fruz is healing the squad up, and another kill goes down as Soul leaves this world.
Soul, I feel so sorry for you. That had to hurt. The drop down comes down. Riflu with the ultimate doesn't pick anybody. Yes, he does. Conan goes down. Riflu gets a second kill onto Frozen. Ladji picks up Danny TPG. Double kill for him, picking up Riflu as well. And it's just Seer versus the world. Can they hold? It looks like Otto goes down. Is going to Ladji go down? Oh my goodness. Let me look how many meters away that is. 1 meter away from capping. That is insane. Well played. That was insane.
You could say that it hurt your soul a little bit.
Oh wow.
But yeah, like look, as you said, the healing is up and running. The Ying power is true. 124k healing going through in a 9-minute game. It's a 2-2. Dink Esports have been turning it back every time a push has happened. Very brilliantly played by these guys. They're definitely showing us why they are in the grand finals. They deserve it, and why they are second seed from the regular season. So
it's
in
2-2.
this round,
this is good.
Yes,
this is really
this
good.
is even.
And it's convincing holds as well. Let's make that abundantly clear. That is a very convincing hold on both points. Also, just FYI, in 3 minutes, Frozen was doing 40-something plus healing. That's insane.
Definitely. And the point is breaking out here with the second round. The Illusory Rift is Paparinos, and Otto is
going to go down.
going for Soul. Is it going to happen? Yes, it will, because Fruz is helping.
Oh,
get both
there's the ultimate, but he used
Soul
it at the
and Danny.
wrong time. He
They're
uses...
pressed it
Oh, Danny, no.
Danny, no.
Danny boy, the pipes have been calling. You have done it wrong. You have used your role in a self-defense when your team was wiped. You can't do that. Now the ultimate comes out from Makoa. It's all... what happens? Where did you go wrong? It looks like Malad's going to go down as well, but Makoa does pick up a second kill. That's a double kill for Saki. Ladies and gents, this is why Saki has been voted MVP. Puts himself into positions that helps his team secure spots and secure kills.
Contact Noir are showing today that it's the age of Conan instead of Etsu, with that damage output really helping his team as short kills to the left and right. Soul going down most likely as the press is simply too much to handle. Here comes Ladji with the Ladji train, getting Riflu right on time, not like our normal public services.
So just FYI, Saki had to walk through past all the guys, under the underpath, up through the other part, just to get on the high ground. And Dink didn't even see it happen.
Nope. It was like, we didn't see it happen, and now we're looking back at, like, the trail of the car running past us. Oh, we're getting behind in the race. And with 1 minute and 22 seconds left on the payload push, this looks to be
Saki.
curtains for game number 1.
Are they going to do it? Where's the ultimate? The ultimate comes out. Riflu goes down. Look at this. Milad's trying to just pick everybody he can up, saying, no, please stop pushing. There's the ultimate. Finally, Danny TPG gets it right. It looks like Milad picks up Otto. Conan picks up Danny TPG. Is it going to be enough? Saki gets pulled. No! What are you doing, Milad? Don't pick him up like that because you're going to get pulled.
That's like picking up a kitty right now. Like, meow. There we go.
Meow. Scratch. Yeah.
And they got scratched immediately. With 48 seconds left, Contact Noir are in the most favorable position of all time here on Serpent Beach. They could not be happier about it. Lati is healthy and fine. Soul is going down. The payload is getting pushed. And this might be curtains.
It's over!
Contact Noir takes game number 1.
Oh my god.